Welcome, welcome, welcome. The 6th of February. I got here by the skin of my teeth today. Uh, I was just frantically getting my coffee to get me through this. Well, that sounds bad. I love this hour of the week. My favorite hour for sure. It's good to see you all. First of all, let me just start by thanking my partners above me. It's thanks to them I can bring you this show. Now, let's start with getting to know each other. So, say hello in the comments. Let's all say hello to each other. And if you had a time machine, when are you going? When are you going? Scott's here. Good morning, Scott. Glad to see you're well after your eye surgery. Um, Hola. Raymondo is here. Yes, Danny is here. Look at that smiling face. And the superstar of gravity for all of your kind of excursion needs and the team leader community is Jordan. Good to see you, mate. Alan's here. Good morning, sir. How are you? Um, So, if you had a time machine, and let me just start as well by adding in, remember, I'm not ignoring you. If your comments are not showing, I'm not ignoring you. Please just refresh LinkedIn. Yes, Darren is here. Good morning, sir. How are you, my friend? Uh, a mega hello from Def Spencer. Spencer, good to see you. Glad you got here. Glad you got the link. Um, Good morning, Rich. How are you, my friend? So, if you had a time machine, when are you going? You going back? The other way around. You going back or you going forward? Um, Danny says in a Freddie Mercury voice, I'd like to go back one time on a roller coaster ride when life's such a game. I can't do the Freddie voice. Danny, maybe you can do it soon. More on that later. Good morning, all. Apologies, can't stay long. In Mickey Flanagan accent, I'm double busy. All right, mate. We're all busy. No, I appreciate it, Clayton. I really do. Hi, Chantel. Good morning. Um, Iqbal, good morning, my friend. Good morning. So Danny's kicked us off, and he is. I'm not sure when that is though, Danny. Are you going back or forwards? Yes, yes. Barry's here. I'll pop up pirate. Morning, probably back to the Florida holiday with my dad. Oh, that's nice. Just a short time travel. That's obviously a joke. If I were Freddie Mercury, I'd go back to when I was a day old. Day old. 1 day old. Everyone's quite everyone you're not going far. You've got a time machine. Got a time machine, you can go anywhere. Now the reason for me choosing this question, um, I saw an advert at the this is a real tangent, but I saw an advert for the British Museum. Um, and they have an exhibition on the day in the life of a legionnaire, and they displayed a knitted woolen sock that a Roman legionnaire wore. I think it was 1800 years ago, and it's in perfect condition. It only had two holes, two toe spaces, but it's in perfect condition. Um, Borada, definitely going back. Take me to 1535 so I can meet Anne Boleyn. There, that's lovely. That's great. Time travel, says Raymondo. Just back to the 1950s. There was so much to live for after the war: innovation, inventions, space travel, the cars, and perhaps better values. I love it. I love it. And I'd push on a little bit. 61, 62. Spurs were the best team around. So that would have been nice to see. I'm old. Going back to when I was 16 is a long time ago. No, come on, Barry. 10 years? Um, Alan says better than my socks. Yeah, these socks were amazing. So at the British Museum, it's an exhibition. Maybe take a day off and go and see it. It's no one's going forward. No, no, no one's going to the future. If you do, could you come back here and tell us what happens to contact centers, what happens to everything? Um, Def Spencer, if I go back in time, I make sure I take my grey sports almanac and put all of my old money and buy many properties. Spencer, sounds like you've done this before. Um, Dave says, morning, Neris. Welcome to Wales, England. Yes, I saw that post from Neris. Let's not trigger her, Dave, any more than she's already been triggered. Um, Morning, all. I'd go back to the 1960s to watch artists like the Beatles, Sinatra, and Elvis in person. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Um, some of us lived in the 60s. And shut up. I'm not that far. Love you, mate. Made my day. You always make mine, Bazza. Um, Morning, lovelies. Look, lovely Chrissy's here. Crocky Spencer. Oh, back to the Roaring Twenties, Gatsby style parties, doing the Charleston. Yeah, I can see that, Chrissy. You're in a speakeasy. Um, Stay in the present. You can't change the past, says Rich, but you can ruin the future by worrying about today. Although, if forced, I'd love to have attended the '66 World Cup final. There you go. Yeah, I can't argue with that. I'd go to '67 to see Spurs promoted back to the Premiership. Have we won a trophy by then, Clayton? That's the question. And listen, that is a fallacy. We've won lots of trophies, just not any since 2008. Oh, Danny, Neris, don't respond. Wales, West England. Oh, Danny, what are you doing? 1950. So, Mark, good to see you, mate. Mark agrees with Bev, going back to the 1950s. Um, Dave says, I'd go forward to a time when I'm earning enough to keep myself in the standard to which I'd like to become accustomed. Wouldn't we all, Dave? 1970 marbles, says Jane, where marbles was one of kids' favorite games and you could go explore without being scared. So true. Loved marbles. I caused marbles to be banned in one of the schools that I was at. Some people might want to travel to meet their ancestors or visit a specific area, such as Woodstock or the dinosaur period. Others might choose to go back in time to undo a mistake they made or to relive a happy moment in their life. Which would you choose, Rach? Which would you choose? Good to see you. Alan, go back to the mid 80s and help my past self appreciate how amazing 84, 88 was as an Everton fan. we're thinking along similar lines. Morning, Kerry. There, the lovely Kerry. I'd go to the year 3000, but I'd take my Scooby deer. Now that is busted. Is that right? That's a good one, Danny. Good morning, all. I can't see who you are. Sorry. If I travel to 3025, will I see robots playing for Tottenham? Yeah, who knows? Um, I'd probably travel forward as I think the past is in the past, take those learnings into a future world. I would go past just to observe. I wouldn't try and monkey about or anything. I would just observe. Yes, Dave is here. Morning, Martin. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you are too. Traveling back to the UK this week. Very excited to come back. Very excited to have you back. Ian, sorry I'm late. No worries. Or are you? Have you been time traveling? Alan Donald, just be a Liverpool fan. They're stuck in the 80s, says Danny. I'd go back and stop the guy who decided weekends are only 2 days. Oh, that's a good one, Clayton. That is a good one. Of all the things to choose. Yes, Julie's here. The lovely, lovely, lovely Julie. Sorry, haven't been able to join for a few weeks. We'll forgive you. It's good to see you. I'd choose to travel to the future to see how society has evolved and what technological advancements have been made and come back to share it with you all. Yes, now please do. You can come on the show and give us a little talk. I'd party like it was 1999. What a year. What a year. I'm with you, Ian, on that one. Kerry says, I'd love to go back to the newborn era of both my babies so I can enjoy it a little more without the sleep deprivation. Alan says to Danny, he's never, ever, ever going to be a Liverpool fan. Yeah. So I'm not sure we've fully explored the possibilities of trying. Oh, Luca Del Bianco, it's good to see you, mate. I'm not sure we've fully explored the possibilities that exist on time travel, but nonetheless, I feel like I've got to know you all a little better, and you've definitely brought a smile to my face. Um, I was thinking as well, if you are looking for a job, use the comments to share that you are. Um, as well as people watching live, this video gets about 500 views by the end of the first week on LinkedIn. So please feel free to drop into the comments if you are looking for a new role. We are all part of the same community, and we can all help each other. We certainly can. So you, if Tommy is here, Tommy, this one's for you. I've moved you from the square. So I've had a few more people buy hoodies and ask me to improve the process. The process is now improved. So that QR code, you can buy one, uh, put the size in, and put the color in and your address. Sought after merch in the contact center world. A Get Out of Rap hoodie available in 8 colors. We've got a couple of new models here. Look at Sham. Sham is fully gangster there. So if you just hold your camera to that QR code, I haven't tested this, so you might be my guinea pigs, but this should work. You should be able to put in the size you want, the color, and your address. But any problems, just let me know. Yes. Oh, what, for the 3 weekends? Oh, Julie, I'm wearing mine today. I love that. That's brilliant. Yeah, we got a video of Julie getting hers at the expo. I love that. Very special moment. Um, Talking of special moments, that was an inadvertent link. You know that I mentioned Get Out of Rap X, Gal X, so a blatant rip off of TEDx, right? So I want to give up 10 minutes of this show to stop me wittering on, and we will have guests on, and I'm pleased to say our first guest joining us next week is Clayton on leadership. So Clayton is going to have 10 minutes of Get Out of Rap TV. He's going to step on the virtual stage, and he's going to hit you with 10 minutes of pure gold. Clayton is an expert. Also in the house the following week, the 20th of February, I'm pleased to say that everyone's friend and expert on all things culture, Danny, is going to be doing the second Gal X. And I think, Morris, you were also interested as well, weren't you? I'd like to travel back to jamming with BB King and Paul McCartney, or to that night in Studio 54, but I won't tell you what Bowie and the rest of the crew did. But mainly, I would go back to the day I suggested the CXPA and keep my mouth shut. Um, oh, Barry, thank you, mate. It works. Just ordering another one. Oh, you're the best. Thank you, buddy. Um, Clayton will also cover why rugby is better than football. Now, I will remain in control. Okay. If that is brought up again, then Clayton may find his his time is cut short. I'm open. I'm open to a debate, but it's a foregone conclusion, right? Football, if we have to say better, it depends what the scale is, but football is better. So yes, Morris. Now you mentioned customer confusion as a measure we should all be using, and we were all intrigued, weren't we, a few weeks ago? So that would be great. Oh, Barry, you've just really pleased me getting a hoodie, and then you've just agree on rugby better than football. We need to refine this. We need to refine this. Maybe we need a whole show on it. Julie, yes, please. Yes, you can. I can do a session on recruitment, marketing, contact centers as a career of choice. I would love that. Let's sort that out after this show. That would be brilliant. Now, talking of the whole kind of rugby football, have you had a chance to listen to JK? Notice I'm saying JK now, he's my friend. Sir John Kerwin, the most recent podcast on Get Out of Rap. What a guy. I was absolutely buzzing. Maybe JK can get involved in this end, Barry. I feel a debate style panel coming on. Can I be on the panel and also the kind of invigilator as well? But if you haven't, and I'm not just pushing this because it's Get Out of Rap. I mean, I never thought when I started this with Mia that I would be talking with a rugby legend, Knight of the Realm, on the podcast. So I felt it was a very, very special moment. Late at night, I spent all day being very nervous, actually. I don't know why, because uh, JK is an amazing, amazing human being. And wherever you are in terms of your mental health, I recommend this story. I recommend listening to this episode. It is a resource. My auntie works with she works at Naomi House, which is a care home for children with terminal children and teenagers with terminal illness, and it's a place where they get to have fun and their families get some respite. And she is going to be using the podcast to share with her colleagues. Such was the impact, because as well as telling his own story so eloquently and interestingly, JK shares so many great tips of what he's done and what Groove are doing. Groove are a new entry into our contact center world. Um, that it's so helpful, and he's just a funny, lovely guy. I do have to note that there are references to suicide, and there is swearing in there as well. So please, if you haven't already, you can any podcast platform or getoutofrap.com or YouTube. I recommend listening to JK talk. I hardly talk, which is great, because I was just in awe of the man. And as Bev says, absolutely brilliant episode. Now I see we're still on. Rugby is better as the two side supporters are integrated, happily banter with each other, leaving the violence on the pitch. Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to argue with that. Martin, can I ask, are any of your followers going to the Future of Contact Center conference? It would be great to meet other Gal fans. Yeah, great question. I wish I was going, actually. I'm stuck here in the Gal cave. Football is better than rugby in some ways, and rugby is better than football in some ways. Yeah, we need to refine this. Scott, yes. Well, there you go. You've nailed it. Um, and cricket is better than rugby and tennis. And you're sorry to the rugby fans. Um, Naomi House is phenomenal. I can see how impactful this resource would be. Yeah, my auntie has always been a hero of mine. She's always done roles like that, and she's worked at Naomi House for some time. And I agree, it is phenomenal. Ian Sutherland, that is a great thing with rugby. To be fair, love the respect from players to officials. Also, I like football for all the praying in the ref's face, rolling on the floor, and feigning injury. It's amazing. I'm just riding this wave, this tangent wave. I love it. Kerry is heading to the conference, Dave. So look out for Kerry. Now, the thing is with Kerry, if you hang around with her, random things happen. So random entertaining things. So it would be a good choice to hang out with Kerry for sure. Morris is going as well, Dave. Um, so that you're back in the UK and you're going to be amongst friends. Kerry, Morris, And Graham, hello, Graham. Yeah, Graham's going as well. Looks like it's going to be a good event. Um, I wasn't asked to be there, so I thought, right, screw you. I didn't really. That's not in my nature. I just thought it'd be funny. Okay, so gonna get you guys thinking again on the question of the day. And yeah, good morning, Graham. Good to see you, buddy. It would be great for you guys to maybe drop a picture and we can share it here next week. Yes. Here's is our question for today's show. So, what are the implications, both positive and negative, or just the implications of hybrid working to our industry? And maybe this was prompted by the time travel kind of question in the what is this doing? The way that we are now, what is this doing to our industry going forward? And thinking about people that might be coming into the industry for the first time, for those of us here that have been in it for some time and love it. What are the implications? What do you think? Where are we heading? Um, I'm surprised. I'm biased that the agenda doesn't have people on it as a subject. Very tech and CX heavy. Um, I'm with you on that one, Danny. I was hoping that if they were looking for kind of like a contact center, Mister Tumbles, that they would send up the bat signal for me, but they didn't. Um, Nonetheless, it would be great to hear the output. But question of the day: hybrid working. What are the implications? We're getting to the point where I think it's the pandemic coming up to 5 years ago. Um, so we've gone past that point, haven't we? Where we can, it's still recent. There are still implications, of course, but that led to a seismic change. We didn't just rebound back to the way we were before. We've been left with hybrid, and I know some people don't like the word, but I couldn't think of a better one. I posted 3 views on this just this morning. Check out that post. If you can, why not, Danny? Just drop the link in here in the comments. Um, what were your 3 views? Please do share. That's great minds think alike, or fools don't differ. I will leave you to decide. Sorry about that. Short version. We've tried to replicate what we do in the office into the virtual world. That doesn't work and doesn't harness the opportunities of hybrid. We can reimagine the future. I love that. I love that. I will kick off. It was a year or so ago, or maybe 2 years, coming up to 2 years. Uh, my son, as he's at Cardiff Uni, Cardiff is in west of England, I think, Neris. And wanting a summer job, I said, "Oh, come and do customer service." And he had a completely at home experience with a nice company, really good company, but it just wasn't the same. I've obviously wanged on about how many friends I've made, what a laugh I had. This was just pure work. It was pure sat in his room, um, engaging with customers, and he got some interaction from them, but not much. It was very sterile, is the word I would use. And I thought, oh, he, despite me, he's not going to want to be in this industry if that's the experience. So that's my two pennyworth just on that one incident. Thank you, Danny. Rich says, overall, I believe while hybrid working offers several benefits, it also presents challenges that need to be addressed through thoughtful planning, investment in technology and training, and ongoing support for employees. If I had a concern, it would be mental health, as I'm not sure we understand the longer term consequences even now. That's so true. Some companies are reverting to back to the office 5 days a week. Hybrid can be good, but it can depend on the individual circumstances, family or not family. Is that you, Luca? I really like that point because it kind of moves us into these personal considerations that we should be a lot more aware of. JD, good to see you, my friend. I think hybrid working is extremely positive for the CC industry as it allows us to tap into more of the workforce that requires flexible time schedules and commuting requirements. You cannot argue with that. That's very true. Darren, who absolutely knows his stuff. Engagement takes more work when hybrid or remote. That's true. You'll need to try a few different ways to drive engagement, but learn from each one until you find the sweet spot. Barry says, not sure if we've fully realized the life work balance hybrid can really add to our industry yet, and we still have work to do on how we can really benefit our people using it. Kerry, I loved working in the call center just from being able to speak to people coming off the back of a challenging call. I'm with you on that one, Kerry, and that's kind of my point with Taylor. My son is he didn't get any of that kind of the interactions between work and just the tidbits and the laughter and the buzz and the vibe. Tricky, isn't it? Positive flexibility, cost savings, access to talent. Negatives, communication challenges, training and security risks, mental health. Very, very nicely summed up there. Morris says, I worked in hybrid from 2000 when I ran a telco globally. What was wrong with modern hybrid? Tried to use the tools in the wrong way. The tools are not the problem. I moved 15,000 people to hybrid working well. Love that, Morris. Bev says, I'm thinking hybrid will return to almost pre-COVID levels in contact center, in part because the mental health impacts, to refer back to your podcast. I, for one, am entirely sick of working from home. The lack of physical engagement with peers is not for me, and I don't believe it's healthy. So true. DSE is becoming a bit of a grey area when working from home. Flexible working should be the way forward, says Mark. And yes, okay, Luca. Hi, Luca, mate. Again, I don't know why I'm saying hi again. As a positive for remote roles, 1 to 2 days per week hybrid has been great for those with limited mobility. And before the pandemic, I did a podcast with Sonsei, a chap at Sonsei that I used to know, and they were able to tap into parts of our population that didn't previously have access to our work, which was great. And as you say, this kind of flexibility is brilliant. Aman, hello. For me, the reason I love about working in a contact center is the family you make and the support you receive. No matter how hard you try to replicate it, you can't. Yes, I think that is true. I think hybrid working is extremely positive for the CC industry as it allows us to tap into more of the workforce that requires flexible time schedules and commuting requirements, says JD. Very true. The positive view is that you can close the work-life balance and it increases engagement there. Yes. It is hard though, isn't it? Because work-life, for me, is the same thing. I'm here now working, and I will probably have to go and empty the dishwasher after this. So, for me, this is a classic case, says Graham, of not for everyone. However, it does offer significant benefits for the folk who want it. It isn't black and white, much like, and I don't want to start it again, the rugby football debate. I've worked from home since 2000, and I believe that it takes a certain mental attitude to be able to work remotely. Very true. I feel that a large number of companies use hybrid working as a bit of a smokescreen to make large savings on office footprint real estate costs. With that activity wrapped up, their attention has turned back to returning people to the office. Scott, yeah, very astute point. The same kind. I've read some of the same stuff as well. Uh, you guys are working me hard here. This is great. On-site working also has spin-offs for the local community, sandwich shops, retail in general. The survival of high streets, pubs, bars, really good consideration there, Bev. I think it's very similar to my views on AI, says David. It's true what Danny, I think, said. It's important to find the right way to do things rather than try to shoehorn our current practice into our new world. True, Dave. Ian, sorry for some reason, video just flipped back to the busted year 3000 part, so I won't be much good interacting today. I maybe you've started time traveling, Ian. Um, in my last role, agents who were working the hybrid did hate to come to the office. In fact, they were coming up with stories all the time to avoid coming into the office. It's interesting, isn't it? That I love that kind of granular detail, like where it's really at, what's really happening. So that's great. Thank you. We created a Teams channel, says Darren, for the team to engage with each other when working remotely. They could vent in there, get things off their chest, and others could chip in and offer support. It was quick and easy to do, but helped make the team feel more connected and aware of what was going on with each other's calls and world. That's a really good shout. We all need that vent space. Jane, hello. I think if hybrid working is optional and individuals can make the choice themselves, it can be very positive. Isolation doesn't work for many people, so home-based work needs to be managed considerately. Yeah, mental health needs to be high on the agenda for leaders. Really true. It changed the industry for the better. It made leaders rethink, says Alan, how they lead people and how they use communication and engagement. But above all, it taught some how to trust again. Oh, that's lovely. Tracy, hello. Tracy here. Still can't get my name to appear. Danny, come on, mate. Surely Tracy's got a ticket in with you. Chantel says hybrid working opens doors to vulnerable people who aren't able to fully commit to full-time office-based working. And what better industry than ours to welcome them? Really love that. Neris, yes. I've been in 3 very different centres this year. 1 all working in office, 1 hybrid, and 1 working from home. Very different challenges. I know which one I'd prefer to work in, though, working in the office. The genie is out of the bottle, though, and recruitment-wise, hybrid as a minimum is now expected. Yeah, this is our reality. I'm with you. I would prefer to work in a contact center. I love it. But this is our reality, right? We've got to make it great. The important step is to find the correct solution rather than to identify the barriers, says Dave. Dave, have to jump off. Have a great day. Thanks, Dave, and everyone will see you at the conference. The human touch, meeting real people, is so good for your mental health and social skills. It is, Luca, isn't it? Hi, Nick. Hybrid and home working can help cover unpopular hours or cover low volumes where opening the office is not cost effective, but the need to provide customer service is needed. I know my stepdaughters and daughter are getting to an age now where they want to work. Maybe they want to just do a couple of hours in the evening. It's perfect for that. Avoiding coming to the office is largely a matter of commuting cost, in particular for agents. So assistance with this is key, but not easy. Yeah, real problem there. Barry says it's all about balance. Much like everything we do in our industry, we should always take our people's needs into account and what would be good for their life-work balance. And I put life first on purpose instead of work-life balance. Life should come first. True that, Barry. Sorry, I have a call I need to jump on. Good luck, Darren, and see you soon. We created a social channel and a team help channel so people can engage with fellows in humor and help. I love it. JD says, why in the office, Neris? Could you expound? Yes, please do. Please do keep these coming. And again, you guys have really, really helped me. Now, Danny, if you're still with us, I hope you're like this. So a new VT, just me messing around. So I am going to share my screen. Get ready to get involved. I haven't done this for a while. I really liked it last time. So go to menti.com and enter the code 67117823. I'm going to ask for your input on something, or use the QR code. Just thinking about this show, actually. We've got GAUX coming up. I'm trying to listen to you guys. And one of the things I wanted to get from you, if I could just get this over, is how often should I do this show? So, should it carry on weekly? Should it go to fortnightly, or should it go once a month? And straight away, stick to weekly. This is like watching the old video printer come in. 3-0 to Spurs. Three. Oh no, here we go. This is more like a Tottenham game. 4-2. Okay. No one wants once a month. That's good. I put it up there. I'm led by you guys. If you want me to show the QR, oh no, you've got it. Everyone's got it. So stick to weekly is in by far in the lead. Um, good stuff. Good stuff. Oh yeah, it's a landslide. I'm pleased with that. I like it weekly, but I'm keen to keep evolving and keep reflecting what you need. Uh, but I'm pleased with that. It's a landslide. It's an absolute yeah. We're loving it. Thank you very much. I'm going to do more of these. They're good, aren't they? I totally recommend menti.com. When we're talking a hybrid, actually, menti.com is a great way to engage remote teams, a great way to keep people involved and jazz up how you present stuff, right? There's loads and loads of options. As with most of the stuff I do, it's free. So I thoroughly recommend menti.com or the Mentimeter, but menti.com is what I use. Thank you for that. This will remain weekly. Um, so I recently spoke to a director at a CX BPO company, and they had a real issue. They had allowed their agents to work continuously from home and were struggling with how to get employees back into the office again. Yeah, the struggle is real. Thank you, Luca, for your vote. Um, I was thinking fortnightly, mainly for you. I like it. Today was a bit hairy, but I do like it. Did you have any guests from the recruitment industry on your TL on the team leader community? I haven't as of yet. Um, have I? I'm not sure. And by all means, everyone, you are all welcome to join the community. That's all you have to do is use that QR code, and you can come in and join the community. It's not just team leaders in there. It's where I spend the majority of my time if I'm not here. This is why I don't go to conferences and things. I'm living in a virtual world. So yeah, by all means, please feel free to join the community. Um, I've seen this recently in terms of the challenge of getting people back, and then seen a policy change from the company. They do this quite slowly by first changing the new job specs to meet the work from office requirements. So it's just kind of filtered and staggered in. Now, JD, Neris answering your question on why her preference is to work in a contact center if given the choice. Support, camaraderie, free coffee, water cooler chats, teamwork. Most agents I speak to who work from home are happy in their work life balance, but they are lonely and can feel exposed. Tech should help them. Yes, it should. And I reiterate some of those conversations. That's the challenge, is that you don't feel the connection. We're talking feelings. We got it. We got it. You never multitask badly, Neris. Now, you thought we weren't going to do it today, just very quickly, because it is related to what we've been talking about. It is. It's the read along. Now, this is Contact Babel's the inner circle to agent engagement and empowerment. And it's very, very apt. I'll probably only do one slide to start with. And interestingly, this research, one of my partners, OneCom, are behind this, amongst others. And it's insightful. So I'm just going to do one, and we'll keep the others back for next week. Well, we're going to have Clayton next week. So here we go. So what we've been talking about. So mid 2023 versus the estimated mid 2024. So middle of this year as an estimate, the proportion of our agents. Maybe we'll have a chat one day about that term, agents. I prefer some of the other variations, but it's commonly known, so we'll go with that. Mid 2023, 27% of our customer facing team members were only in the contact center, 50% were hybrid, and 23% were only at home. Now, it's estimated based on Contact Babel's research and all the decision makers they've been talking to that only at the contact center will drop a tiny amount. Hybrid will increase, and only at home will drop by 4%. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because this is what we've been talking about. TLC isn't a hunting ground for candidates or sales pitches, just in case anyone might think so. Yeah. Yeah, please. I will. I haven't had to in the whole nearly a year. The team leader community's been up and running, but I'm the moderator in there. So yeah, it's much like here. We don't sell here, do we? So thank you, Bev, for that. Now, what do we think of this? Any surprises? Or is it kind of what you expect? Or do you believe, bearing in mind it's an estimate for mid 2024, do you think the numbers will be different? Is this what you are seeing, expecting? Have you got any comments on this that you think maybe this is going to be, maybe this is going to be or should be different? But this, if you look at mid 2023, is our reality, right? So 50% hybrid. And if you think about it, whilst it is now getting on for 5 years ago, at one point this was 100% working at home for a period anyway, wasn't it? So it's easy to forget that that was our reality, and we made that work. Now, is this our, and I hate someone's going to tell me off for using this, is this our new normal? Is this where we're at? So any comments on that? I think we're exhausting our time. I'm going to do more of the read along next week. Going to have more interaction with you guys. Thanks for the vote. We'll keep it weekly. Maybe when I want a week off, we could have a guest presenter. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Like the Good Morning. I never watch it, but the Good Morning sofa. Barry, don't worry. I'm bringing this to a close. Thank you very much for. It looks like it's heading the way it should be. I find hybrid is great to have the option to get out of our intense environments for a day or two. Yeah, good point. That kind of balance, Jordan, isn't it? That we're all looking for. Looking like the flexibility hybrid model is the way forward. I'm all for it, says Mark. That's right up Mark Street. So it's been great to share this space with you in this time. That wasn't a link to the time travel. I hope you all have a brilliant rest of the week. It's flown by today, absolutely flown by. I always love this kind of getting a little kind of pulse of where we are in the industry. I'm really looking forward to next week. For those of you that do go to a conference, the one that's been mentioned, the Future of Customer Contact, Engage, right? Or anything else, and you want to report back to us, please feel free to use the comments next week in and share with this community. Hold on, before I go, I can't cut Kerry off. I think this has to be the new normal, but there are those who need a full office let them. Those who need remote first, let them and find a way to make it work. The industry is full of talented people who can share ideas and make it work. So true, Kerry. And Alan, thank you very much. Thank you all for joining. I genuinely appreciate it. I know you give up your time. I love it. I hope you do too. And I will see you all next Tuesday. What a child.